Everyone knows Dreamworks as the anti-Disney. They didn't really get a lot of attention until Shrek came out. But we can't forget about the movie that literally started the company, Antz. Now for the longest, people considered this movie to be the rip-off to A Bug's Life. Even though this movie came out before and the plot for Antz is definitely a lot different from A Bug's Life. Now personally, I like Antz a lot more than A Bug's Life. It doesn't matter because A Bug's Life earned more at the box office, but at least Antz got a lot of positive reviews and earned a few awards along the way. Now I know a lot of people kind of steered away from Antz because of the character design, and I honestly don't think they're that bad. Have you seen Rap City Street Kids Believe in Santa?
Isn't that what Santa does? It was from my heart.
And that movie came out in 2002. Antz came out in 1998. This is when CGI was slowly making its way to theaters and eventually replacing 2D animation. Seriously, I think the last 2D animated movie released in theater was Winnie the Pooh back in 2011. But back on topic, before we review Antz, let's get into the plot. The movie begins with the main character Z, contemplating about his life, and always thinking about himself. Now usually, characters like this eventually get annoying as the film progresses, but Z is anything but. The lines where Z is talking about himself legit got a laugh out of me.
Great, Azteca. It's working already. I'm so meaningless, I'm invisible.
Ooh, that's a mood. But anyway, we're introduced to the villain, General something. Look, every time they say his name in this movie, I keep forgetting. He's really generic. But anyway, he wants to plan an attack on the termites, but he only wants to attack because all the other soldiers would die along the process. As you know, he wants the colony to be the way he visions it. Yeah, he's very generic. But anyway, Princess Bala sneaks off to go to a bar just for fun, and eventually starts dancing with Z. Then a bar fight starts, and Z is so desperate for love that he asks his friend Weaver to switch places with him so he can see the princess again. Little does Z know, he's about to go into war, and literally everyone dies except for Z. He makes it back and sees the princess. She completely snitches on everyone. They know that Z is a worker, and he dances with the general's fiance. So Z quote-unquote kidnaps the princess and finds their way outside the colony and nearly get killed by a magnifying glass. And Z starts his journey looking for Insectopia. Z and Princess Bala makes their way to Insectopia, meet a few characters, and yeah, that's pretty much their plot. They experience a few issues, but there's nothing major. Meanwhile, in the colony, the workers hear about Z and decide to stop working just for them to get back to working, due to the general saying that Z doesn't care about them. Which, if you really think about it, Z really didn't care about anybody until the end of the movie. But one step at a time here. They found out about Z's location due to them being off Weaver, leading to Colonel Cutter tracking down the princess. And Z decides to go back, and surprisingly doesn't get killed or anything, seeing how he's the one that took the princess. And weirdly, nobody remembers his face. But anyway, Princess Bala rescues herself and finds out the general's plan. I just realized I've been calling the general Colonel the whole time. I had to fix that. Dang it! But the general wants to flood the colony. Z gets everybody to form a ladder, I guess, to go above ground. The colonel saves the rest of the ants, and Z, along with the general, fall. But the general... Ew. But Bala saves Z, and they all live happily ever after.
You the ant!
Shut up! I'm happy I rewatched this movie because this film does not seem like it was for kids. And no, it's not because the characters cuss, but its matureness comes from the plot, and also its comedy. Like how Z literally talks about Bala being a part of his erotic fantasies, or how he doesn't like drinking from the anus of another creature. Small jokes, but they make me laugh. And I say the plot mainly because they legit show someone slowly dying and all he has left is his head. Or how the general, as generic as he is, plans to kill every single ant. I mean, I don't think it's dark, but it's extreme. Luckily he died faster than Chris Brown died and stomped the yard. Stop it, Timothy Nathaniel Smith. Stop it before he blocks you. You should check him out, by the way. But anyway, I like this movie more because the adventure with Z and Bala was a lot more creative and fun to watch. I like how the surroundings are incredibly huge. Take that as you will. But the picnic scene was amazing. You can see how the ants see the humans. The scene where Z attempts to save Bala was a great example because the slow movements and watching Z slowly make his way to Bala was such a fun scene. Even the small stuff, like how Z tries to climb up the stem of a leaf where Z gets stuck in a water drop. It was a nice touch to how big the world seems to them. I also think the main character was more relatable than A Bug's Life main character Flick. Flick was more of a village idiot and Z felt left out. He was different from the other ants, and later on in the film he changed. He overthinked too much, and he felt like he wasn't cut out to be a worker. At the end, Z saves the colony and falls in love with the princess. Flick caused the problem and dropped the food, and the grasshoppers forced the ants to double their food. And this movie has a lie reveal plot, which I personally don't like. For those clueless viewers, A lie reveal plot is basically where a main character is clearly lying and the other characters find out later on in the film. Yeah, that's kind of why I like Antz more. I'll say this, A Bug's Life looks better in terms of character design, but the plot, the comedy, the size, and the scale of this movie was a nice touch to this. And for the film's credit, in 1998, everything except the characters was nicely edited. No, gotta go away. Ah, crap, I lost my spot. I recommend this film. It's on Hulu and it's $5 at Walmart, or literally anywhere else. Go watch this underrated animated classic. Wow, that rhyme. Now go ahead and hate on me for liking Antz more. I'm kidding. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.